Hey guys, coming up next we're going to go through booster boxes through the ages and determine which ones will still be affordable for you in these coming years. So hey, hit it up, it's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. Hope you're having a great day. So, guess what? If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, join in the fun. But today we're going to talk about booster boxes. Good ones, old ones, new ones, different ages. Now, for this video, I of course have instigated my own series of how I'm going to judge them off. And I'm only putting up ones I thought were of value to you, the consumer, who may want to pick them up before they become a little too pricey. Now, when we're talking about booster boxes, I'm always talking about English sealed product, okay? Not foreign languages. English only, and things I could find for sale within certain realms and ranges, okay? Nothing crazy price is going to be up there. Nothing really low with some sketchy seller is going to be up there either, okay? It has to be within a certain range I find acceptable. Just so we understand the parameters of how I did this video. Now, that said, also booster boxes from the older eras, the golden age I'm calling it, which here, let me put that up for you actually. Let's go over that. So, when you see this golden age, you're talking 1993 to 1999, okay? Then we're going to the silver age, which is 2000 to 2010. Then we're going to bronze age, 2011 to 2015, kind of a shorter age, right? The new age is anything from 2016 to 2019, and of course, we got flash age, which is all the newest stuff, which is 20 to 20, whatever. However long they go with that, we don't know yet. But today I'm only covering up until 2019. I'm not going into the most current flashy stuff because I don't have enough data to really gauge this stuff properly to see how it's going to age. You need a few years, right? Doesn't mean I won't touch on boxes I think are worth money. It just means at this current point, I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole for the next little bit. Give me a few weeks to get more data together, okay? So if you're new to the channel again, smash that subscribe button. This is good stuff you're going to learn about today, and it only takes a few minutes of your time, okay? Big shout out to all my patrons, of course. You guys are amazing. And to my regular viewers and the hundreds of new ones who've joined on the last couple of weeks. Awesome. Now, when we talk about this, you have to understand booster boxes have had varying print runs, and Wizards doesn't actually acknowledge how much they print out. They don't tell us what they've done. There are old print run sheets. We know about the really ancient stuff, alpha, beta, unlimited, but nothing really current. So take everything you hear from other people with a grain of salt. Be educated. Understand it's never been printed out. We don't really know. It's hearsay of hearsay of hearsay. So, but what you know is when you can't find them for sale, it's probably a low print run. It's probably an old box. Okay? That doesn't mean some of those older boxes are not affordable, because what they had was cards that were not great. There was low powered era in Magic, especially from like 95 to like 98. Where it was just lower powered stuff that nobody really cared about, okay? Now, when that happened, a lot of these boxes didn't get picked up. Doesn't mean they had huge print runs, just nobody cared. But now, as time has gone by, it showed that older boxes have started to go up in value, okay? I bought that Ice Age back there. I bought those Fallen Empires. I've done previous videos on them, 75 bucks, 100 bucks. Look at them now, thousands of dollars, okay? That doesn't even mean that they're not affordable for you, the consumer, right now, but they're going to get worse. So I'm giving fair warning to those who didn't know. So our first set of box collections we're going through today, let me get rid of this one so now we know the age we're dealing with. We're going to go to the Golden Age. Now, the Golden Age, you can see here, I have 4 choices that I put up on the board. It doesn't mean other boxes aren't out there. It just means I think these boxes still have some room to go. And it's really scary. So when you look at Visions at $2,500 Canadian or $1,790 US, there are a few boxes for sale, but it's not many. We know some of the big YouTubers out there do have these, and these box openings still happen, which means every year there's 1 or 2 boxes less right now. This box is also very iconic in its appearance. The artwork is beautiful on the cards, and it has a lot of reserve list products within it. So anything from Golden Age is going to have reserve list. It's just which ones are more valuable, but the sealed product themselves are becoming rarer, so the prices are going up. These are the most affordable ones I consider buying. So that's where we go. So Visions, awesome. Get it if you can at that price. It's still pretty fair. It's probably going to double in the next 10 years or more. And you're not going to find investments in the real market. So it's great. Alliances. Now, when I look at alliances, guys, you're looking at $2,000. That's a lot of money. $1,650 US. But Again, it has a lot of reserve list cards that are actually starting to move, and I only found one box on the market right now. I found some past sales, so I went by those, but there's not a lot out there. Fallen Empires is a weird one, guys. It was downplayed for 20 years as a hateful set that no one liked. It isn't that we didn't enjoy playing it, just horrible power level of the cards and some of the mechanics. But again, everything dries up, and this market continued to dry up on Fallen Empires, which means it's now expensive, okay? I bought my box for like 75 bucks, and look at this one now, sitting there at like $1,200 with the cheapest that really was selling. The last one here is Homelands. Now, Homelands I consider kind of the runner-up right now. At $1,000 or $850 US, that is something you could still afford. It's like not buying a case of something nowadays. So if you skipped buying a case of, let's say, Throne of Eldraine, you could afford a box of Homelands. And remember, Homelands does have 60 packs, so does Fallen Empires. There are 8-card booster packs, but when you break those down, which is what people are doing and selling them individually for 10, 12, 13 bucks, it's a massive profit margin. So keep that in mind. Those boxes are running out, and those are affordable in the sense that they're not 10, 15, they're not $90,000 like a box of Antiquities is going to be, right? These are affordable still. And they still have room to grow based on how we've seen the market take these products now. So keep that in mind. These ones are good. All right, next one up. I know. Can you believe it? We're going to the Silver Age. Now, Silver Age, I did not find an entire allotment that I cared about. Can you believe it? Looking through all those boxes and how much some boxes have already grown means it stunts their further growth later. So you'll see some boxes are not listed here. Now, Onslaught was our first taste of fetch lands. Amazing, great cards. I remember selling my box just a little over a year and a half ago for $5.75. So it tells you in the last 14 months, it's doubled in price. And it's a very iconic box because it's the first of our fetch lands. It's worth getting. Plane Shift is an affordable old box at $900 or $760 US. Come on, that's very affordable for an ancient box like that. That not great power level, but the sealed product, the artwork on the front of the cover of the box, very iconic, something to hold on to for another 20 years, and you're going to see some profit growth. Zendikar. Now, this is an original printing Zendikar, $1,000, $870 US, but it has something called Priceless Treasures. Priceless Treasures. And when you look at a Priceless Treasure, you have to understand, they inserted Power 9 cards into that set. I was there when somebody opened a Time Twister, and it was amazing to see. We thought it was guffing us, man. We thought it was fake. But no, it turned out it was real after a little bit, after people started looking into it. Zendikar will be very iconic going forward because there actually will be a chance to get a Black Lotus in those boxes. There's actually a chance. It may be minuscule, but it's an actual chance. That's the original Priceless Treasures. Wizards has tried to duplicate it, and they haven't done a good job. They just haven't. With the cards, I mean, they're still fun to get, you know, Expedition land stuff, but not when you consider getting a piece of power. Come on. It's just not the same. But it is awesome still to see that box exists out there for only $1,000. So you can skip getting a new case of something and buy that and you'd be fine. All right? Awesome if you can afford it. But again, it will have room to grow and you will see that box go up. Bronze Age. Now, for Bronze Age, now we're getting into products that I really, you know, I know a lot of these products well. I do have some of them. Okay, so Battle for Zendikar was our first trip back to Zendikar. They put the first expeditions in there. Now at $250 Canadian or $205 US, I'm not including shipping and stuff, guys. It's still pretty affordable considering what could potentially be in there. Now there's no fetch lands or anything, but still a great box. We go ahead and look at Journey into Nyx. They had the God Pack in there. It was an underrated set. People weren't very fond of it at the time, especially after Born of the Gods. But it has huge uptick, and it's been increasing in value, which is amazing to see. It has room to grow still. Awesome. I recommend getting a box of that. Khans of Tarkir, of course, the last standard set to have fetch lands in it. You can get 6 or 7 in a box. This one's only going to go up. It's going to be $500. Keep an eye on it. And of course, Theros there. When you take a look at Theros at $220 Canadian or $175 US, Theros sold very well. It was well received. It kind of had a stigma afterwards, though, that nobody really liked it, which is kind of weird, right? So when you look at this box you saw, it's going to continue to go up. Okay, it just will. The boxes that are out there have been eaten up, and I see this, the supply is short. So if the supply is short, the price will go up. Fair warning, get it while you can. If you don't have a box, buy one box at least, so you can say you have one. All right, and then we're going to our last one. All right, you ready for this? Can you believe it? We're already at the end of the video. It's crazy. All right, now all of these are good. Okay, every single one is like, wow. Dominaria, I am very bullish on. It is going to be $500 a box in a few years. Keep an eye on it. It was short print run. Amazing cards, very iconic. Richard Garfield came back. Great story. Everyone loved this set. It has everything going for it. Gatewatch is a lower end one you can afford on a cheap thing. It still had expeditions in it. I put it on there because it's affordable for somebody who's trying to get in and wants to save and build on a collection of booster boxes. Amonkhet, people tease these sets. Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, but Amonkhet still had amazing cards in it. Underrated. It had the evocation cards, but it just didn't sell well, and now it's only going up. Kaladesh was liked from the very beginning. It has the most beautiful cards for their extra slot, and I gotta say it's amazing. I only own one box of that, but it's still, when you look at that, it is crazy to think about. That's an amazing box, and at that price, it's already gone up a lot. It doesn't have that much more room to grow before it'll really slow down. It's gonna be $500, but it's gonna take a couple of years. Some of those other boxes on the list will move up faster over time to play catch up, but they're more affordable now. So they'll all end up roughly around that same area eventually. Keep it in mind. Now, all those boxes I showed you today, you have to understand, these prices aren't for everyone. Even me, I'm not going to go out and buy more Kaladesh at that price. It's just a little bit out of my reach to afford anything along those lines. I did buy some of those older boxes, and I do have them. I do have Dominaria and stuff. Not tons, obviously. I'm not one of the big boys here, but as a person who collects, I want to warn you guys what you can collect and what you can afford. These are the points of the cards I would get into in the boxes I think are still affordable that have room to grow. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks a lot. If you have comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. You can email me as well. I'll be happy to take a look at stuff if you want me to look at things for you. It'd be amazing. This is MTG Moxman. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Have a great day. And remember, stay frosty out there. We'll see you guys soon. I'm going to click buttons now. And that's it. And I want you to know, as the filming of this was going on, I had like an itchy nose hair. And the nose hair like twitched up and almost made me sneeze twice. But I held it in for you guys. All right, man. You guys have a great one. Big shout out to all my regular viewers. You guys are all awesome. Patrons rock. All right, guys. Have a great one. Hey, big shout out to all my patrons. And of course, for my patrons, pay close attention to the end of the month. And we're going to have some fun. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys rock. Have a great one.